Here's something, Scott. If Krispy Kreme weren't good enough for you, now there's Krispy Kreme bread pudding.
Red pudding?
No, bread.
Bread pudding. Oh. Do you like bread pudding, Kent?
Tasty bread pudding.
It's pudding made out of bread, or
It's bread that's made into bread.
It's
Krispy Kreme donuts that have been made into bread pudding.
Oh, they just like smash them up and put them in a blender and then you drink it down, or?
No, you chop them up and put butter sauce and eggs and stuff and then bake it again. And then you put more butter sauce on top of it to make it even better.
Like the Krispy Kreme sauce on there?
Just whatever you do to make. Have you never had bread pudding before?
I've never had bread pudding before.
We'll have to fix that. We'll go over to the Wooden Spoon and Gentry and we will fix that for you.
Let's see. So Boppa's Travels says no sound. Well, part of it is that the background video has no sound. So that's that.
But if you can hear us talking.
Yeah. Here, I'll make some wind sounds.
Don't you have your magic box there?
I do have my magic box, but I don't think it has any wind. Let's see. It's got this.
Coyotes.
How was that?
That was good. Eduardo Simone says it's got the consistency of flan. Flown.
Howdy from San Diego. You know, in the southern part of California, they don't really have that much of a southern accent. You ever notice that?
Because they don't have a southern accent in Florida either. Because people from all over the country have moved there and accents disappear.
Yeah, so why they call it a southern accent when they're more south than we are?
Because they're not southerners.
Ah, I see.
That's what I'm going to say and stick to it.
Matthew says, hey, y'all from Mississippi. Now I can hear the southern accent in that. Let's see. South Florida is all New Jersey retirees. That's the problem.
I wasn't going to make any comments about state origination, but right. They're not from the South. Eduardo Simon says it's flan.
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 What if you have a fly in your flan?
You don't eat it. So, Scott, everybody's getting treated to a picture of just me. There we go.
There we go. Well, that's a pretty good treat. I mean, what do you want?
Anonymity? Probably not going to happen.
I think we kissed that goodbye a long time ago.
Yeah. At least the sky's moving in the right direction in this animation.
That's right.
So you think that was taken? Do you know where this was taken from, Scott, by any chance? I mean, is that a Joshua tree?
To me, it looks a lot like Joshua tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Need to look at those constellations and try and
see how.
Is that Sagittarius? That's Sagittarius,
Arizona, or desert region, California is what it is.
Sagittarius is just coming up now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right there, Sagittarius rising. There's Scorpius.
Observing from Southern California deserts and really loved it.
Yeah, we could figure out where it is by figuring out how far up what latitude they are anyway. Figuring out what one of those stars is, Ophiuchus, one of those, whichever star it is, crosses the meridian, then we can figure out how high up it is.
Whaley Street. Yes, I miss Whaley Street too.
Whaley Street is in where? Riverside?
Oceanside.
Oceanside?
South Oceanside. That's also in the south.
Why is is it Whaley Street?
It was called Whaley Street. It still is called Whaley Street.
Why do you miss it?
Well, it was one of the first places that I moved to when I was moving out of the house.
Okay.
And it was just great.
What is the backbone of life? That super stable central element to all organic molecules and happens to be the fourth most abundant element in the universe? It's carbon. Carbon has once again proven its worth in the form of the Webb telescope backplane. Now, this structure holds 2.5 tons of science instruments, those beautiful gold mirrors, and it's made out of a carbon composite.
You might be more familiar with graphite, a crystalline form of carbon. Graphite is really everywhere. It's in airplanes, bikes, our tripods. It's great because it's strong and super lightweight, just like Webb's backbone. Just look at the difference in weight between the aluminum and the same amount of the backplane material.
The backplane isn't entirely all carbon. A durable polymer binds those carbon fibers together with a plasticated-like glue, and then they are baked in an autoclave like this. All right, so I think we should probably go just maybe in front of the Pathfinder. Once out in the cold vacuum of space, this backplane will shift because all materials change with temperature. But this structure is aligned so that it's perfect once it does shift into space and cool down. That happens to only be 1/10,000th the diameter of a hair. So frickin' cool.
Hey everybody, Scott Roberts here with Explore Scientific and the Explore Alliance, and I am here with Kent Marts.
Hello, Scott.
Weren't you just like right across the?
No, we're in different states.
Different states. I see.
Yes, I'm in the state of Nirvana, and you're in the state of Utopia.
That's right. Some sort of crazy state. That's for sure.
So we're right now. We're probably 25 feet apart. So,
That's
hey,
right.
Scott, I just saw on my phone in a first for Explore Scientific.
Okay.
We are having 2 live broadcasts at the same time.
It's not a first, but it's rare.
It's a rarity.
It's a rarity. Yeah. So if you're watching on Explore Scientific USA Facebook page, you'll see that there's, I don't know, are they running it right now?
Yes, it just went live.
Okay. All right. So you got Tyler Bowman on a completely separate broadcast stream talking about the IXS 100. So if you want to jump over there, that's fine. But today we're going to talk about Skies Up magazine. It's our December issue. And we publish Skies Up pretty much quarterly. But the magazine was started originally by David Levy, who was the senior editor. He is still one of the senior contributing editors of the magazine. And but the guy that really heads it up is Dr. Marcelo Souza down in Brazil. And he coordinates writers, professors, astronomers from around the world to submit articles for Skies Up. All of those articles are translated into English, and they compile all of that, and it's a digital magazine. It's free. The magazine typically has somewhere between 60 and 80 pages in there. Being that it's digital, it's got links. Sometimes it has embedded video, that kind of thing. But Dr. Souza picks a theme each time that we do it. And the last one was Saturn. This time it was protecting, the fight against protecting, or the fight to protect dark skies. So, and I know that that's near and dear to Kent's heart. And so we're going to kind of highlight the magazine today. We'll talk about where you can get it. But it's, it's absolutely free. There's no requirement to, to do anything to get the magazine or to share the magazine or whatever. But
So
some great information.
If you've joined the Explore Alliance, you go on the email list and you should get it emailed to you when it comes out, or at least a link to it, I believe, right? Some notice.
Right.
And it goes out to all of our customers. We got email addresses on, but there's a way you can get it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. There we go. So if you go to explorescientificusa.com or explorescientific.com, you can easily go over to Explore Alliance, because it's an Explore Alliance product, and then down and over to Skies Up Global Astronomy Magazine. And that's going to take you to right here, where you can see that this is volume 4, published in December of 2021. A spectacular image of the cover shot. And what we're going to focus on in my conversation is going to be checking your sky's quality with Orion. So it's an easy way with a little bit of education to figure out how bright or dark your sky is. That has 68 pages in it. We'll sort of just step through here for the fun of it. Opening comments by Dr. Souza, and an index, obviously. Who took that cover picture?
That was Adrian Bradley.
Yep, captured the stunning image of Orion, Winter Milky Way, and the vast dark skies above Camp Billy Joe at the Okie-Tex star parties. There we go. All right. Photo by Adrian. Column by David Levy, a great friend of astronomy. Visions of the past. Looking back a year in pictures, from Science Pictures. Collaborative effort about building observatories in Morocco. Upcoming astronomical events, stars that blink, the Quebec model of controlling light pollution. Cool. Interesting article. I blew through it real quick, didn't read it really hard, but it's interesting. Basie takes on the night
pollution.
Sky.
That must be a name of a town, village.
It is. I read in the Okayama Prefecture in Japan, Western Japan. And here's an interesting, over here on the right is an interesting comparison of before dark sky friendly light fixtures and after.
Yeah, look at the background sky. I mean, you can actually see something.
You can see the sky, exactly. The glare doesn't, wash out and force your pupils to get small. Okay, so we're going to check on page 27. Check your quality with Orion. So we can use the constellation Orion to how many stars you see in Orion. Orion's now coming up in the early evening. If you wait until the advice is wait till it crosses the meridian, gets hot, at least high in the sky, above 30 to 40 degrees, to get a true estimate of the brightness. So a quick primer on star magnitudes. I got to remember not to use my wheel, but use the hand tool. Brightness is measured in orders of magnitude. The visible stars range, the dimmest range down to 6th magnitude. So the smaller the number, the brighter the star. So a star that is a magnitude 1 appears 100 times brighter than a star at magnitude 6. However, Sirius is minus 1.46 and Venus can reach a magnitude of -4. So on this scale, 4 is significantly brighter. -4 is significantly brighter than a 1. Okay, so by using a dark sky wheel, which is an example right here, you can look at the brightness, which stars you can see. So the link to this page is right here, bit.ly dark sky wheel. And we can, it's from the Night Sky Network. There's a handout you can download, gives you all sorts of information. You can download in Spanish as well, and all sorts of data here about how to use this. So Orion is good in the winter. A Scorpius is good in the summer for doing this as well. This wheel has 2 sides on it: Scorpius on the back and Orion on the front. It also has a link right here, globeatnight.org, which is a link. That's a beautiful part about a digital magazine. It can have embedded video that runs. It can have live links that you can click on to take you places. It really enhances the experience. So
and we didn't chop down any trees, and it's not going to take up any room on your bookshelf. So
correct, unless you want to print it out, then you can print it out. And
that's true. And we do print out copies. When you come in our store, you can pick up a free copy. We will probably take printed copies of the next issue to Northeast Astronomy Forum to hand out. So,
right. And probably take some to the Winter Star Party as well.
Winter Star Party, yeah.
Right, Winter Star Party's on the horizon for us as well. So Globe at Night is a citizen science project where you can not just do this, but you can report your location, time, weather, etc., and participate in a long-term sampling of monitoring the sky where you live. So I'm looking at Orion in latitude 40 north. We're at 36 here in Northwest Arkansas. And so here's Orion. It gives you a good idea where to find it. Sirius is down here, or, you know, the dog star. The Procyon, and over here is Jupiter. That doesn't look right. Jupiter's not there. But anyway, but this gives you an eye, because Jupiter's over here in the southwest.
Oh, that's the Globe at Night website.
Yeah, Globe at Night has Jupiter in a weird spot. Oh, it has, this map is from February the 10th, 2015. That's why Jupiter's in the wrong spot. So this is an old map, but it's showing you where Jupiter is. Betelgeuse was in the news last year because it was dimming and dimming and dimming, and people thought, well, maybe it's going to go supernova. Part of me wanted it to go supernova, and part of me didn't. You know, it's mixed emotions, because it'll change significantly one of the most prominent constellations, maybe other than in the northern hemisphere, you know, the Big Dipper. But it will also be cool to see a daylight supernova. So, you know, mixed emotions there. So, but here's Orion. And so the goal is to count the number of stars you can see in Orion. And if all you can see is Rigel and Sirius, then those are really bright stars. You have either cloudy or it's very, very bad seeing. And so you can check the stars that you can see in Orion and the Hyades and the Pleiades, and monitor how bright or how dark of skies you have. Magnitude 7 chart basically means that you've got really, really clear skies and really, really, really dark skies. Okay. If you live where it's magnitude 7 and are an astronomer, you are blessed, because as you can see, there's so many stars that it's hard to see the constellations. That's the weird part about light pollution, because as light pollution gets worse, it's easier to see the constellations. because the constellations are made up of the bright stars, and as light pollution makes the sky whiter and whiter, it makes those dim stars disappear, leaving the bright stars easy to see. So it weirdly, light pollution makes the constellations easier to see, but also erases thousands and thousands of stars from our visual enjoyment and study. So quick primer. You can also, on this website, there's a place where you can go to log your report. Matt, here's report. We'll go to it. So you can log, it shows us where we are right now, a date and time. And tonight I can go out and when wait till Betelgeuse, gets high in the sky and up to the meridian, and then count how many stars I can see. And it'll tell us, all right, we can add more stars to it. It'll tell us how dark our sky is. And I can tell you right now that probably, Scott, you've been out, I've never looked. We need to do this tonight. Probably magnitude 2, magnitude 1, somewhere.
You mean like from our parking lot here?
Yes, sir, from our parking lot. Probably magnitude.
Yeah, I was actually looking last night. It depends on what time of night you go out. I've been here at all times of night, and it does actually get darker. I think that some buildings turn off their lights, so.
So Betelgeuse is going to cross the meridian about midnight, something like that, I think, right now. So, it'd be interesting to go out there at 11 o'clock and look up and count the stars. I'm going to guess it's between magnitude. I know in the evening it's going to be magnitude 2, and crossing the meridian at midnight very possibly could be magnitude 3. Also, let you can talk about the cloud conditions. Make notes about if you have an SQM meter, which is a sky quality meter. Scott, you bought one of those. How much was it? Do you remember?
It was a little over $100.
Yeah, $100. Not bad.
But
yeah,
So
then you send in your data. You also talk about your location, and this data builds up a data set over time and lets people monitor, let scientists monitor the changing conditions of light pollution. So let's go back to Skies Up magazine. There's all sorts of citizen science projects you can participate in. This is an enjoyable edition. All about planetary orbits. This goes back to the discovery of planets, wanderers, and covers Greek astronomy, Greek planetary theory, which is interesting. It talks about the epicycles, the eccentric cycles, the equant, all different ways that they tried to describe why the planets at some point, if it just moved is one thing, but they had to try and figure out why the planet appeared to stop and go backwards and go forwards again. And they created these more and more and more complicated systems trying to explain it, that were epicycles, eccentric cycles, the equant, and like it says, epicycles, eccentrics closer, but not quite. The equant, yes, but it didn't really work. And the complication went through. Then we go into Copernicus and changing points of view. Kepler got really close. And then we drop into some really, fundamental kindergarten math here that, any kindergartner or first grader could do. Second grader most assuredly could do it. I sit here and look at this and go, oh boy, college again. And, it's interesting math. I haven't dug into it, but, gets into some very higher math. Interaction, Isaac Newton, interaction with planets, pretty cool stuff. Examples near us. So I find this very interesting. Long-term planetary motions is not something I've studied. I get a chance to broaden my horizons, to understand these motions better through this. So I blew through it, reading each chapter headline in the first sentence, basically. I'm going to go back and take my time and really try and digest this so I get a better understanding. I understand the history, but I'm not understanding of the current, state of planetary motions. And then we get into, I didn't know we were doing this astropoetry in haiku.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah. Partial solar eclipses, friends, short, but for the soul, it never ends. 5% of the sun, the black gold of an eclipse, astro holiday. It's I've written a few haikus. It's haikus is 575, isn't that it?
I'm sorry?
Haiku is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've done a haiku.
Well, for the magic of
junior high, I know it's a, it is a mathematical thing.
Through the magic, we can determine that it is
3 lines with
575
in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third.
I said 757. It's 575. Okay, so solar halo for free. Solar halo for free. Astronomical spring targeting for brave birds. There's just some. I'm not this creative, Wonderful landscape. Actually, it's syllables, not words. Wonderful landscape. Something bright above mountains. Is it a bright coin? Brilliant writing here. And more.
This is so
brilliant.
cool.
Yeah, it really is. This is a cool picture right here. Bright actress coming to perform a charming role. Morning scenery. Heliocentrism. That's the first line. Right in a lunar crater. Oh, Copernicus. Proving that astronomers are more than just people looking, and doing astrophotography. Then we have the winners of our various astronomical photography contests that we've done here through the Explore Alliance. We have been running a contest here, never before seen winner.
Beautiful.
It's not that the picture has never been seen before. It's that we couldn't come up with a better name for this. Michelle Lilo had never submitted an entry before. And for everybody that had never entered an Explore Alliance contest before, we picked the best of those. So it was the first entry from somebody who had never entered the contest before. Andromeda Galaxy is a common target, difficult to take pictures of, not difficult to take pictures of, difficult to process. And what's amazing to me is generally all we see is this central bright bulge right here. You can't see the rest of this in with your eye. You can see under dark skies, you can tell it's a lot bigger, but you can't see this faint outer stuff. But photographically, it's huge across the sky. Stephan's Quintet, a beautiful picture, just fantastic artwork. And then we drop into some planispheres.
Now, those maps that you see were all it's original artwork from Will Tyrion,
right?
Who's really the master celestial cartographer of our time. And so, of course, these maps are good for a very, very long time.
Right.
And so anyhow.
So he's got the first set are 10 to 30 degrees north and then 40 to 60 degrees north. That's why they have this sort of a pinch in on the waist, because they're overlapping circles basically that show you what your horizon is. Here, let's blow this up a little bit. And see, this tells us this is 40 degrees. This is the horizon at 50, and this is the horizon at 60. So this is the horizon at 60. So if you look at this, This circle is the circle of the sky. So let me make it a little bit smaller. This circle at 60 is the sky you can see overhead. That circle at 50, and then the other circle at 40. It also includes 40 to 60 spring sky, 10 to 30, and then it and then 10 to 30 for northern latitudes. All right. And then a parting shot, closing things out. Andrew Freihofer took this picture of the winter Milky Way from Big Bend National Park down in Texas, along the border with Rio Grande, Rio Grande with Mexico. Super.
Yeah. If there's a near
skies.
Bortle zero, that's
Yeah.
one of the places where it's at.
So this is a 3 panel of the sky and 1 panel of the ground. 1 minute at 3200 ISO, f 3.5, 24 millimeter lens, tracked with a Skywatcher Star Adventure. Ground panel was taken stationary, processed in Photoshop with a Nikon D750A, which is an Astro modified camera by Life Pixel. That's page 68. Fantastic magazine. Download your copy. Again, very simple. Go to Explore Scientific, USA.com or explorescientific.com. Hover over Explore Alliance, down and over under events and experiences to Skies Up, Global Astronomy Magazine. Click on it. That'll take you to the homepage of this quarter's issue right here. There we go, right there. So they do a great job, and it's truly a global magazine. It's really, the artwork is fantastic, and I just marvel, having been the editor of the Astronomical League's quarterly magazine, The Reflector, back in the late 90s and early 2000s. It was a struggle to get astrophotography. I mean, it was literally hard because that was in the film days. And Scott will tell you, film days made it hard. It was a skill. It was a hard
really
skill
tough
to develop, and it was hard to do. Now it's available. People are doing astrophotography today. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. People are doing astrophotography today that was in the realm of professionals or super dedicated amateurs, and people can go out using, a camera they have and $1,000 of mount and a guide camera potentially, and take world-class photos that would have been, worthy of the cover of astronomy magazines 20, 25, 30 years ago. The photos being taken today are astounding compared to what those pros were doing. So that's what I've got, Scott.
Well, that was a lot.
It was a decent amount. So everybody needs to go out, look at Orion when it crosses, turn in your data to Globe at night, participate in some citizen science.
Yep, that's right. And, there is, it will be that sustained, pressure on our local communities, local neighborhoods, on ourselves to use lights more, more intelligently, and to make changes as we're able to put in the type of lighting that is, that puts light where it's supposed to go. So, we talked about changing lights on our building. We had been, we didn't put the lights up on our building, and Kent and I would love to see a big change in that. But it's not just as simple as putting in full cutoff covers over these lights. You put in full cutoff covers on some lights, and they build up heat and can become a fire hazard.
Burn your building down.
And burn your building down. So, So you don't want to do that. You do have to actually change out all of that stuff. And, if you don't own the building that you're in, then, you have to negotiate with your landlord. And so that's part of it. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it in other areas. Doesn't mean you can't do things better at home. Being mindful of that is important, and will make a big difference for not only ourselves, but for wildlife and for just the aesthetics of where you live. I have found when I go to, wealthy neighborhoods, they're not lit up like crazy. Okay. They might have some side lighting, some accent lighting and stuff like that. But I've noticed that you can go to some of the most wealthy neighborhoods and you can look up and you can see stars. So there's something that people who can afford it, love to see a night sky too. So
yeah. I saw an article just a few minutes ago that the Arkansas Natural Sky Association forwarded from a magazine that was talking about the rural parts of the country are embracing, widespread areas are embracing the dark skies and working to keep it because of the potential for tourism, or they just they want to keep their dark skies. But it cited a study in Chicago where they did a crime study based in alleys, and they found out counterintuitively that when you light up alleys, crime goes up because humans and criminals are not cockroaches. They might be societal cockroaches, but they don't come out at night and scurry when the lights come on.
No,
they're human cockroaches, but they're not cockroaches. And because humans need light too. And so overly lit up alleyways didn't solve the problem.
They get freaked out when they go into a dark area, so.
Correct. Because you're battling human nature. And, we've been, since humans learned to control and use fire, we've been lighting up the night sky. Astronomers 100 years ago were complaining about the degradation of the night skies. This is nothing new. It's been going on since the industrial age began, and it's going to take time to correct it. Now, are we ever going to have pristine dark skies again? No, that's not going to happen. But if we can come up with widespread ways to have the right amount of light at the right time in the right location, those things right there will go a long ways in controlling light pollution. And the key in all those is to put the light on the ground where you need it. We don't need light up in the trees, up in the sky, because there's no danger, up in the trees. I mean, you don't read about criminals dropping out of trees to mug walkers in Central Park. It doesn't happen, right? They're going to hide in the shadows. What creates shadows?
Light.
Badly designed lighting, right? Bright lights create dark shadows. So anyway, go out and look at Orion. Get a handle on an idea of what your night sky is.
The star count and support
Scott,
the move towards keeping our skies dark.
Okay, so if you're watching, you need to comment, because Scott, this is the 60-second episode, and we're giving away an eyepiece today.
Okay.
So your comment, if you're here,
all right,
just now thought about that.
I need to do something here. Let me create.
We need to go give them a few minutes. We can chatter a little bit. You have the person who's going to win is going to be a person who has put their name in the comment. You can just say howdy, just say yippee, whatever you want to say, civilly, of course. And then we're going to enter your name into a spreadsheet and then randomly generate a number. So this is going to take us a few minutes.
The first person we had was it just says Bappas Travels. So I don't know who Bappas Travels.
You have to be present when we announce to win,
Yeah.
because then we have to get your
And I'm not going to
information.
put Mike Wiesner in because Mike Wiesner dropped out. Okay, so that he was second. And then Harold Locke.
So poor Mike Wiesner. Want me to text him and tell him get back on? Everybody that's on right now is yelling, no, don't do that.
He doesn't need to win again, right?
Don't do that. All right. So
Let's
Scott,
see.
are you writing down all the names?
I'm writing down names here.
Okay.
So,
So he and I are separate. I can't see the names he's writing down. Scott, don't say the order of all the people that come in. That way, when I do a random number generator, you're going to tell me we have 26 people who have commented. I'll do the random number. You'll do that, and then we will announce the winner.
Okay.
And then you have to be an Explorer Alliance member to win.
Yeah.
So, if you win, you're going to become an Explorer Alliance member. We'll give you that.
We'll make
benefit.
sure that you become one.
We'll make sure you
That's
become
right.
one at the free level. And talk about the Explorer Alliance. If you have any Explorer Scientific gear, and that's all of our brands, Explorer One, Alpenbresser, anything that's produced by Explorer Scientific family of products, one membership in Explorer Alliance gives you the benefits of membership. All sorts of different benefits. And you've probably heard it, but Annie can go over those. But one of the cool things is it does cost you $99.99 to join. However, we send you back a surprise gift, which is $100 in a gift certificate. So you're joining for $100. We send that money back to you in a gift certificate to then spend on Explorer Alliance gear, or Explorer Scientific gear. And what you buy is going to be covered by the Explorer Care Program, advanced replacement when available, all sorts of other great benefits. It is an annual membership. We now have a platform that will renew you after 1 year. Jim Norwood says, I need more expansive Explorer Scientific hardware. An eyepiece would be nice. Come on, Karma. Okay, so that's a fair comment right there. I'm sure that is everybody's thought. Absolutely. Everybody can use an eyepiece. And let me tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be a 62-degree. Hang on, let me look it up. I'd written it down. It's going to be a 62-degree, 14-millimeter long eye relief eyepiece. Okay, a 6214, and that 6214 retails at. I don't want to go by memory. I always look it up. The 6214 retails for $149. Okay, now it is the only 62-degree eyepiece we have in stock. So I would have picked another one, but that's the one we have. So, it's the one that fit the paradigm of 60-second episode, 62-degree eyepiece. So we got a pretty good crowd, huh, Scott?
Well, we do. Of course, people are chatting with each other, and I'm seeing.
Right.
Trying not to type in their name 5 times, which would actually help you. But
gee, we should, Scott, we should run a contest. $5 for each additional name, and we give the money to the International Dark Sky Association, or
that's right,
something like that. Do a fundraiser.
We can do that
for the IDA.
We can do that sometime. Let's see, Jeff Wise. Make sure he's on there.
So, this is everybody on all the different platforms.
You talked about the eyepiece a little bit. This is a waterproof,
right,
argon purged eyepiece. Now, why in the world would we make them waterproof, Kent?
Because, basically. Eyepieces get wet. If you want to clean your eyepiece, it's a very simple thing to wash it off. Scott has a friend that puts his in the dishwasher. We don't recommend that, but you can do it. But by being waterproof, you can clean them well. The other benefit is because they're purged with an inert gas, they won't fog up inside. There's no moisture in them. So basically what happens is when they purge the eyepieces, it has, let's see, let me see if I can do this real quick. 5.1, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen real quick here. I can't. How can I do this? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen while Scott's doing that. So I want to do that right there. Okay. So the way this works is if you look, see that little sticker right there? Underneath that sticker is a little valve. And the eyepieces are plunged into a gas bath, if you will. And the argon is heavier than the air. So the argon fills up, and argon is extremely dry because it's not it can't hold any moisture. So it fills up all the internal spaces in there, and then a little fitting is punched in there to make them waterproof. They have rubber O-ring seals that keep them sealed. We've had people who have unscrewed their eyepieces and taken them apart and then said, well, they fog up. And we say, what happened?
Yeah,
It comes in.
They say, you broke the seal.
They say, did you unscrew the barrel? Yes. Why? Well, I wanted to see how they were put together. Okay, you broke the seal. They're no longer argon purged. There's now air in there, and air typically has humidity, especially if you're in a house. And now, yes, when it gets cold, just like that glass of iced tea sweats on the outside in a hot summer night, pulling the moisture out of the air, those cold surfaces are going to pull the moisture out of the air, and they're going to fog up or get droplets of water in your eyepiece. So that argon purge is a critical element to making them continue to be, clear, crisp images inside. You have to fight the dew, but they're not going to fog up inside. So it's a pretty cool process that keeps them waterproof on the outside and waterproof on the inside. So it makes your viewing a whole lot more pleasurable. The non-waterproof eyepieces can and do fog up. I have some that have fogged up. It's very frustrating when it gets inside of it, that it creates, an eyepiece that won't work for the rest of the night until you heat it back up. I've done things like start the vehicle and put it on the dashboard and let the heater blow on it a little bit, trying to get the moisture off, but that takes forever for the moisture to go away. So,
and sometimes it doesn't go away. It looks like it goes away,
but it's
and
there.
then you get into another condition where the temperature or humidity is back. So the moisture in between those lens elements can let mold grow in there. Fungus.
The fungus and molds will actually eat into the coatings, and if it molds, or I think it's the fungus is really bad about eating the coatings. But if the fungus starts eating the coatings, there's nothing you can do except it's turned into a paperweight, or you ignore it basically, and look past it, and or buy a Explore Scientific waterproof eyepiece. Fix the problem. So there must have been a bunch of chats going on the stream.
There was. We actually, we have people that I don't know if they're bots or what they are, but they put in links, which, I've never clicked on these links, but I've searched on like YouTube and stuff like that for these strange links. They usually, there's some combination of letters and it says, and then there's a space and it says .tech. Okay. And I've heard that these can be adult websites and full of viruses,
let's not say we didn't.
Yeah, exactly. So
let's not say we didn't.
So I block them when I find them. But
it's just like a couple of times when we had the waiting room for the Global Star Party, I would be overwhelmed with bots, and it was just like, dozens of them would swarm to the point I just shut in the waiting room. Yeah, when we were doing the waiting room.
Yeah,
and I just swore me, and I just have to shut the waiting room down, and people wouldn't be able to get on, and it left them somewhat mad because we told them, hey, you can get on. Okay, so Scott, have you got them written down?
Okay, yeah. So it looks like there's 19 people. So I'm going to read off the names.
Okay?
No. I'm going to read off the names because if you have not didn't hear your name,
don't read them in order.
I'm not.
Okay, don't read them in order. Okay, good deal.
Well,
What
do you mean in order?
Because I don't want to know whose name is number 16. Right. When I do the random number generator.
Well, then silence yourself so you don't hear anything. There you go. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, good. All right. So the first one, there's 19 names. There's Bappas Travels, Harold Locke, Jason Martin, Eduardo Simone, Chris Larson, Matthew McAlilly, Space Time with Robert, Aaron Thompson, Billy's Astro, Norm Hughes, Beverly Selesky Frostick, Jeff Wise, Beatrice Hines, Centel Nagapan, The Dad Frequency, Jim's Astro, Jim Norwood, and In Mish. Okay. And I'm waving, trying to get Kent's attention. Okay. All right.
All right. So
You got
now,
actually it's 18. It's not 19. 18.
okay. So how many minutes are we going to give? 2 minutes? I mean,
What's
there's a time lag of 15 to 30 seconds. So we probably ought to give them 2 minutes from right now. It's 4:58 on my computer. So
Yeah.
we'll give them 2 minutes to jump in. So our viewers who are hackers out there,
Okay. Oh, drum roll. Actually, I think I do have
you do have a drum roll.
Drum roll. Here it is.
Too.
Beatrice is 19 are watching. Who am I missing?
You read the names you have.
Oh, the person, Beatrice, the
I'm
person I
watching.
didn't put on there was Mike Wiesner.
And
Okay,
I'm
David
watching.
Simard, he didn't chime in, so we'll get him.
Okay, and I'm watching too. So I'm one person. But watching and commenting are two different things. It's not watching, it's commenting. You have to comment. So we've got now 1 minute to go.
People are saying 20 here. Again, you have to take out Mike Wiesner.
You have to take out Kent Marts. Because I'm watching on Facebook.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yep, I'm on Facebook. I always watch on Facebook. I've never watched. Some guy named Explorer Scientific is commenting a lot.
Yeah. A
Oh.
crazy guy. Yeah, and that's me, of course.
Crazy guy. So I think a lot of people started watching on YouTube. Is that right, Scott?
A lot of people did switch to YouTube. There was a while where Facebook, the stream was not very good, very high quality. So, okay.
Jim Norwood says they're waterproof, so they're not damaged by our tears of joy when we see how well they work on our
All right.
telescopes. Thank
So
you. All right.
what
So how
I'm
many?
going to do, guys, I did not sort the names before, but I'm going to sort them.
Okay.
Let's see.
How many do we have, Scott?
Let's see. You have 19 names.
19 names. Okay.
19 names. Let's
I have
see.
generated the number. Get the sort.
Hold on. I'm gonna resort it. And I'm hitting sort now.
Do you want to share your screen so everybody can see the names?
I can't share my
Okay.
screen because it's on a separate computer.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
So if you've got them generated, I'm ready to shout out the number.
Okay. All right. I've got it sorted.
Guess, Scott, what number you think it is?
Who do I think it might be?
No. Guess the number.
Oh,
Don't say a name. Just what number do you think it is?
8.
Number 8. You nailed it.
I did?
You did.
Are you
Can't
kidding me?
believe that. No,
I don't
here,
even believe it.
Look. Hang on. Let me get my.
Wow.
Right there it is.
Okay, so I'll tell you the reason why I picked 8. All right, 8 is one of my favorite numbers. Okay, it is the day of my birthday. Okay, all right, and it happens to be at least in Asia, where I spent a lot of time, it is a very lucky number. So,
Well, all those things.
So yeah, number 8. And
I couldn't believe you guessed it. Wow.
I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket now.
So Scott, right now, everybody out there is going, who's number 8? Who's number 8? Who's number 8? So drum roll. Okay. I have a drum roll.
All right. Let me see. How many letters are in this name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 10 letters in this name.
Did you count the space as a letter?
No. Space isn't lettered. Space is space.
I'm going to say, just looking at who I can see, Jim Norwood.
It's David Simard.
David Simard. Okay.
Yay, David Simard. Yes.
Okay. David, send an email to explorealliance@explorescientific.com with your particulars, and we will get the eyepiece dispatched to you probably tomorrow. All right. So congratulations. That was a fun little weird contest. We've never done it before.
I like that.
That was fun.
It was good.
So yeah. So anyway, congratulations.
All right, David. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. And Kent, thanks for kind of going through. We haven't done that before. We really haven't gone through Skies Up magazine like we did this time. And we should do that more often. There's a tremendous amount of effort and great content that's put in that magazine. So, and all the issues are free. You can go to explorescientific.com/skies up, and you can get all the back issues and all that stuff. So,
and if there's any topic somebody out there wants us to talk about,
yeah, right.
Email us.
There's like a section. You go, why don't you guys have this? Absolutely. Talk to us, and we know a guy that can make it happen. So,
yeah. So we do know a guy who can make it happen. So if you want me to talk about something on the show, let me know. If you got something for an idea for the magazine, let us know. That portal to get to us easiest is the Explore Alliance at explorescientific.com. Congratulations, David. I'll get that eyepiece out to you tomorrow. Shoot me the email. I'll be looking for it. And be sure to put in the subject line, a 62-degree eyepiece winner. So Annie will be looking for it. I don't know. She knows about the contest, but I'll remind her here in a few minutes. So anyway, we'll have a show next week. Explore offices are going to be closed Friday this week and Friday next week. So no astrophotography live stream, Scott, next 2 weeks?
No, I don't think so, unless we somehow double up or
do it on Thursday or something. Okay, so we'll be in the office, so shouldn't affect anybody much, but taking those two days off, and then start all over again. Move the needle back to the front of the record, put it down, and start running the record of 2023 forward and listening to the music, and hopefully we have a good dance.
Okay, so Lubo, who watches from China, was saying, did I arrive late? Did I miss anything?
Well,
what he missed.
Lubo, he missed winning a 62-degree, 14-millimeter long eye relief eyepiece.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry about
you had
that.
To be present to win.
But these are fun enough. We do have some 70-degree eyepieces, Scott, that aren't waterproof.
A little bit more often, I think. So.
I think we're episode 70. We will give away a 70-degree eyepiece. I'm going to say a 35, probably.
Nice.
A 25 or a 35.
Yeah.
They're not waterproof. They're still really nice eyepieces, but they're not
beautiful eyepieces.
Not waterproof. So Lubo, put on your clock or on your calendar in 8 weeks to be sure to get on at 4 o'clock Central Time, which is, I don't know what time zone you're in China, but at 4 o'clock Central US time, which would have been an hour and 7 minutes ago. okay, for whatever time it is there, and have an alarm go off and get on. So I think we're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to
I
do
like
this.
that idea.
You got to comment. It's live. It's easy. He gets it over with. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. What else do we want to mention? Okay, so tomorrow we have On the Wing.
Yes, sir.
And what is our subject for On the Wing tomorrow?
Subject for On the Wing tomorrow. I think I was playing around with the order before last week's show. Let me see what I ended up doing. Episode 25. The way I've got it is episode 25 is On the Wing, a deep dive into chickadees. I'm going to switch that to from the viewers just to get those, because they're the reason we do this, and I want to give them priority over other stuff. So we're going to move them up to episode 25 and go from there. Okay, so it'll be episode 25 will be from the viewers. Episode 26 will be a deep dive into chickadees.
Chickadees.
Yes.
Well, there we go.
And
so
if any of you have pictures of birds, send them to the email, Explore Alliance at explorescientific.com. I'd love to have them. Lubo, if you have some pictures of birds in China,
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. As long as you can identify them for us or give us, some direction to go in, because the resources will be a little bit harder to find for us, but we could do it. But Beatrice, I know if you're still listening, we've had some from Pekka. Would love to have some more. If we could get some from all over the world, we'll take them.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I've just posted the email address again. But Jeff Wise says, I just got a new bird watching lens for my camera. I can hardly wait to get some new pics. We're looking forward to them. And Jason Marston says, thanks, Ken and Scott. I love the way you guys focus on outreach to the community. Well, we love that you guys follow us and that you guys do your part too in sharing and subscribing and letting other people know about our programs. But most important, beyond watching us, is to actually get out there and do some support outreach in any way that you can. And these days, with we're all under this COVID, this pandemic issue, which is sadly getting worse right now. So I don't mean to put out anything out there that's negative, but we really do need to do our best to keep each other safe. And, so you can participate in lots of different online programs, or you can suggest to your astronomy club, hey, you haven't been doing, we haven't been meeting, let's meet online. You guys can use Zoom. That's very easy, largely free. And, and if anybody here wants to learn, you don't know how to do broadcasting, but would like to learn some of the basics, I can teach you some basics. It's easy. So
it's easy.
Well, depends on how fancy you want to get. Because once you start, you go, wow, I broadcasted. Oh, now I'd like to do this, and I'd like to do that, and I'd like to do this. So that's where some of the complexity comes in. But really, getting the word out is the most important part. And there are a bunch of people. Okay, we may be in a pandemic, and I can't go to a club meeting. But there are people who can't go outside. Period. So, okay.
Right.
They
because
can't.
They
love astronomy, and so that is we want to reach out to them, and
it's a way to be inclusive. It's a way to be inclusive.
Yeah, that's right.
Talking about astronomy clubs, Sugar Creek Astronomical Society, the club that I was a founding member of and just finished my second 2-year term as president. In the past 3 months, we've gained, I think it's 7 or 8 new members. So it's an interesting time. People are looking for things to do. Don't hide your passion for astronomy. Let people know you do it. Participate. Right. Invite people to come, to your house or meet you on the downtown square. It's amazing to point your telescope at Jupiter or at the moon and let people see the telescope, see those for the first time. It's a great thing. I say it all the time. get out there and do astronomy. You know, it doesn't have to be a perfect night. It just has to be a night that's mostly cloud free and you can go do it. Right. So,
yeah.
All right.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Thanks to the audience. And as we always say, keep looking up.
Bye, everybody.
COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at protecting you from COVID-19, especially severe illness and death. Vaccinated people are far less likely to be hospitalized or die because of COVID-19, including the Delta variant. COVID-19 has a much harder time spreading in a vaccinated population. When more people are vaccinated, we are all better protected against COVID-19. Even if you're young and healthy, it's still important to get vaccinated. Vaccines can help end this pandemic. To get the most protection, make sure you get all recommended doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. Getting vaccinated helps protect you and others from COVID-19.